look at that and hopefully get in a little bit of work. All right, so take a second. You're checking Skyward. If you just joined us, hola, hola. You are supposed to be checking Skyward real quick and make sure everything's up to date. Make sure you're not missing anything. If you have questions later in the period, I will give you a chance to ask. If I miss something, you just send me a super nice message and you're like, Miss Silverly, I actually did this, blah, blah, blah. Can you go back and recheck it? So your grades should never be a surprise. I feel like they started out super. Some of you have gone a little downhill. So let's make sure it's not just because you're missing something. Like I said, if you do want to retake that quiz today, you just have to be careful because it was 2 commands. We've moved on to USTED commands and you got to be careful you don't mix them up, right? If you want to make up that test, you're fine. After school today, I would just want you to rejoin my Zoom and let me know what you want to do. And then I will give you another attempt on it. All right. You have to come to the Zoom. So for you guys, I would expect to see you at about 2:45. For you guys, if it takes you a few minutes to get home, that's fine. Maybe check in with me by 3:15 at the latest so that I can get you going on that quiz. Okay. Question, Kevin? Yeah, I mean, if that's a problem, let me know. But I feel like most people get home from school. Yeah, why don't we'll talk individually, or you can send me a message. Okay. No worries, Leah. I'm just glad you're here. I know you always have Wi-Fi trouble, so no worries. Gracie, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Okay, so the question was, my grade wasn't terrible. Should I still retake it? All right. If you got a C or below, I'd retake it. All right. If you're in the A and B range, because you have to think, I'm going to average it together, right? So if you get 1 more point, it's not going to make any difference. If you get 2 more points, it's still just 1 more point, right? So if you get 6 points, now you're at 3. So, I mean, I don't know how many you missed, so it's hard to say, like, it's really up to you. Like I said, if you have a C or below and you've studied and you feel better about it, you should take it. If you're in the A or B range, it just depends. If you get a point, is it that big of a deal? Probably not. By the time we're done, I have lots of points. But if it's like 5 points you could get back, then that maybe makes it worth it. But oh, you're like right in that in between. I mean, if you think, review your mistakes, and if you can do better, sure. So that's kind of what I would say. Really the redos are for people that just bomb it. They forgot how to do all the commands or they missed all the direct objects. But, then I wouldn't want to not give somebody that did okay an opportunity. So that's kind of, but then you have to decide. Okay. All right. Any other questions for the good of the group? All right. So as I was saying, the biggest thing is if you do redo that quiz, remember it's 2 commands because today we're going to talk about formal commands or USTED commands. So you have to just make sure you're separating those. All right, before we do that, I want to start with some vocab. Vamos a empezar con Quizlet. We're going to do a little of that. We're going to review some commands, and then I'm going to give you a couple things to work on. So it's going to be partial, some work time, and really kind of, like I said, by the end of the week, we will have another quiz, and that'll be more vocab-based, and it'll have these formal commands. Okay, so that's where we're headed. So vamos a empezar con Quizlet. Let's do some Quizlet live. Shall we? So if you want your vocab list out, grab it. If you think you don't need it, don't worry about it. I will pull it up and share the code with you, and we'll do a couple rounds. I usually give you participation points if you win. So let's see how you do. All right, I will share my screen with you and get you a code. And your homework, is always kind of work on this. So if you're not feeling great about this, obviously you've got the link, just keep working on it. And if you're feeling great, then fabulous. All right, online friends, can you see my code? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, everybody go ahead and get on. Let's do it. All right, 13. Necesito algunos más. 5 más? Oh, no, tres más. Keep it coming. Everybody in here on okay? It's usually those people. All right, listo. Listos, listos. Are you ready? I got everybody on in here. All right, last call. Anybody trying to get on, get there. Or let me know if you're having a Wi-Fi problem. All right. Buena suerte.
All right, so on my screen, like when I get like an answer right or whatever, and it goes to like the next one, it doesn't like pop up with the answer.
Yeah.
All right, wait, let me turn this down. I didn't quite understand.
And you're like, yeah, that's annoying.
All right, tell me again what's happening.
I'll get a question right, and then when it comes to like the next question, it won't give me the right answers. Like the answers won't pop up. It will give me like the rest of the question. I mean, the rest of the answers that were on the other question.
Weird. Did somebody else say they're having that problem too?
Yeah.
Huh? Anybody in here have that problem? Like the right answers weren't popping up? Okay, well, all I can think of is has that ever happened to you before, Rodney?
No.
No. Okay, then you know what? We'll restart the game. Let me give you a new code. Maybe there's something wacky. It was like after we get an answer right, the next set, like there was no right answer. Okay, so good job to Angel, Karen, Juana, y Gracie. Let's see what we got here. Let's look at a couple and then we'll start the game over. So, estresado, you hear the word stress in there, stress, estresado, stressed out. That kind of looks like carbohydrate, right? Carbohidrado, kind of carbohydrate. I think both of those are kind of cognate-y. El oído, yeah, that's a weird word for ear. It says inner ear. People just use it kind of to refer to their ear. I guess it doesn't really look like ear. It's just one of those ones you got to practice. Calambre, yeah, is a cramp. I don't have any great ways to remember that, except they both start with C. So maybe that'll help you a little bit. Calambre is a cramp. Aunque is just a weird word. Yeah, although they both start with an A. Aunque. And vacío. Think of vacant, maybe. It's when something's empty, but vacant maybe looks a little more cognitive. All right, let's play again, but let's just start the whole thing over and see if we can't, I don't know, fix whatever weirdness is going on. So you're gonna have to re-sign up here. All right, let's try again. No say. I haven't heard of that being a problem, so hopefully it's a one-off. All right, let's try again. Re-sign up, please. All right, can everybody see the code at home or no? Yes? I guess so. I've got your names up, so I guess it's working. All right, hopefully we'll see. Let me know if that happens again. All right. Somebody still trying to get on? Get on if you're not there. Get on, get on. Trying to see who's missing. It's hard to tell. Maybe Riley? Riley, get on if you can. Lauren, are you on? Oh, yeah, she is. All right. Vamos a ver. Hopefully we do better this time. Oi, unicornios looking solid. Rodney, is it working better?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, good. Weird. Oh, this is a fast round. Unicornios, yeah. Oh, wow. Look at that. Gracie again. Angel again. Sergio and Karen. All right, well, now that's working, we might as well play one more time. I'm gonna mix it up. Ready, set, go. Uh-oh, Gus, you on? There we go. Last round. You know, we could play all day. Good Tigres. Can they keep it up? Oh. Never know. Tigres are stuck. Somebody at home stuck. It's hard because we're not in the same room, so we can't like help each other. Oh, there they go. Tigres back on the move. Oh, Reyes. Dos más Tigres. Did say you can use your vocab, just saying. Yeah. Oh, look at that. It was like the in-class group. I could tell there was some exchange there. All right, Juana. Gracie. Wow. 3 for Gracie, huh? Solid. Ethan and Sergio. All right, muy bien. How are we feeling about vocab? All right. So let's see. Here's what I would suggest. If vocab is still a little meh, Then you got a couple nights, right? Because you got to know this stuff by Friday. So make sure that you are on Quizlet. I'm not going to do class time today, but it is on your current lesson. Look, right here. Here's the link. Spend some time on it tonight. It's not officially your homework, but it will sneak up on you on Friday. So make sure you're spending some time on that as needed. I would like to switch your focus to commands. I want to spend the rest of the period pretty much on commands. So saquen los apuntes. Why don't you go ahead and get out your notes on commands. If you've been in class, you had that little 2-page packet I gave you yesterday. You're welcome to grab. If you're online, I don't know where your notes are, but find them. Okay, I got 2 activities that we're going to work on basically for the rest of the period. So I'm pausing for you to grab your notes, grab your notes, grab your notes. And look at them online or look at them on paper. Charlie. Notes. Notes. Maybe earbud too. Just say. Thank you. When you're working in a few minutes, I don't mind if you pop it back in. All right, so let's talk about this. Here's the biggest problem with commands, right? You get them confused. So you got to be careful, especially if you're redoing that quiz for me this afternoon, that you don't confuse it with what we're looking at right now, because that will make you miss every single question. And we do not want that to happen. So let's talk about usted commands. Let's talk about how they're different. Let's talk about how to form them. And then you're going to do some practice for me. All right. So I believe I am sharing them with you on Zoom. Can you see my notes? Yes. See? Zoom friends, can you see them? Okay. So let's talk about it. So last week, like I said, we did 2 commands. Those we use with your friends and family. So let's talk about these. Let me get some voluntarios here. Somebody tell me with whom would I use an usted command? Is the first question. With whom, Gracie? Basically an adult, right? Anybody for you guys, an adult, somebody formal, like if you're go to the doctor or, you know, somebody that's older than you and in a more formal setting. All right, I would use an usted command if I went to the doctor, right? If I'm not friends with my doctor, I would still use an usted command. So anybody that you don't know, anybody that's older, professional setting. All right, now what about an ustedes command? What does that mean? What's an ustedes command? Looking for a volunteer online is fine or in person. So raise your hand and tell me, what do I use an ustedes command? With whom do I use an ustedes command? What does that mean? I'm gonna let everybody think for a minute. You rest, Gracie. I'm glad you know. Glad someone knows. You could look on your notes. Charlie. Yes. Okay. Yes. Basically, right. All right. So it's you all. It's not formal or informal. It's just a group. All right. So if you look down here, number 4, when you're talking to a group of people. All right. So I would use it with you guys. I would use it with a group of your parents. Doesn't make any difference. Now, if we were in Spain, I might use vosotros with you guys, and then I might use ustedes with your parents. But because we don't really use vosotros here, I would use ustedes with you guys, and I would use ustedes with your parents. So it's when you're talking to a group. I use ustedes commands all the time, because usually I'm not telling Gracie what to do or Charlie what to do. I'm saying everybody, right? Saquen las computadoras, get out your computers, or presten atención, pay attention, right? Focus, escuchen, listen. So I use these ustedes commands all the time, all right? So how do you form them? All right, well, let's look in yellow first. Somebody want to either tell me or in your own words or just read me 1 and 2. How do I make an usted or ustedes command? What do I do? What are my steps? You're literally looking at it. Raise your hand so I can give you a point. Zoe.
You start with the yo form and drop the O, and then you change the ending to its opposite.
Perfect. And could somebody explain what is this opposite ending thing I keep talking about? What does that even mean? What does that mean when I say opposite ending? Ethan, what's it mean? So if it's, look, usually AR verbs end with A, but this time they're going to end with E, right? And then usually ER and IR verbs end with E, and now they're going to end with A. So that's what I mean by switching it, right? So opposite endings. All right, now easier because there, what do I want to, if I want to make it negative, I want to say, don't use your notes, or I want to tell you guys, don't talk so much, or I want to say, don't speak in English. Well, how do I make it a don't? What do I do there? How do I make it don't? I don't know. Haven't heard from Leah. How do I make it don't? Oh, Leah always has Wi-Fi problems. I was trying to get her. Leah, are you there? How about Riley? Riley, how do I make it don't? Okay, I don't know. Lisa, how do I make it don't?
Do you put no in front of it?
Yep, that's it right here. Number 3, put a no in front, easy. And what about if I want to make it into the ustedes for everybody? What would I do? Angel, what would I do?
Put an N at the end.
Yep, put an N. All right, then you got a bunch of examples here. And then I said, make sure you use the yo form. So you catch words like salgo and tango and duermo. And then if you drop the O into the opposite ending, you'll get all those right. And then we had just a couple of regulars. Kargar and Zar always do funny things, right? So we talked about that in the preterite. We talked about it with -2 commands. So we got to talk about it now, right? If I don't put in this GU, I get pahe. I don't want it to be pahe. What do I want it to be, class A? Page. I need a ga. So how do I get a ga? I add in a. Anyone? Add in a U, right? I have a GU. Same problem with a car verb. So practicar, sacar, right? If I don't make it a QU, it says bouse, and I don't want that. I want a ka. So I have to put in a QU, okay? And then Z is going to change to C. So please be on the lookout today on your practice. You're going to have some Kargar and Zar on both activities. So be on the lookout. All right, then we're down to 5 irregulars. Here's how I break these down for you. Pay attention and I'll make it easier. All right, ear and sayer are totally irregular, but they're also the same as the -2 form that you already should have learned. On -2 forms, 2 commands, we said no vayas and no seas. If you learn those, then these are easy because it's just vaya and seya. All right, these 2, what's irregular about these? Well, don't use the yo form, and they both have what? What little thing do they both have on them? Yeah, otherwise they're not really regular. You can't use the yo form because you can't have yo doi and yo estoy and drop the O, that doesn't work. But if you just do the opposite ending and add the accent, you'll be good. Now, interesting, este and esten both have accents. De has an accent, den does not. So try your best on that, all right? So then you really truly only have one irregular, saber. So if I want you to use saber, I'll ask you what it means in a minute. What is the command? Just read it off there. What is it? Sepa. Sepa. Now, what does saber mean? If you go back to the beginning of the year, we always do conocer, saber versus conocer because they both mean to know. I know people always forget until I remind them, right? Sarah and a star both mean to be. Saber and conocer both mean to know. So this is no, like know your answers for Friday's test. Sepan las respuestas. Know your answers. Okay. So, like I said, I think this pretty straightforward as long as you keep it straight from the 2 commands. And then this, you just look for Kargar Zar and be careful of these 5. What do you think? Well, we're going to find out because I'm going to give you something to practice on. All right. So I want you to go to your current lesson and we'll do a couple of these together. I want you to show me that you know what you're doing. Okay. It's a little practice here that I would like you to use your notes. So I'm getting rid of mine. That's why I asked you to get out yours. So please go to your current lesson right now. And we're going to try this practica con mandatos formales. I got one practice that's in class. And have the rest of the period to work on it. So you have about 20 minutes. I want this done in class right now. And then this is your homework. So you got one more for homework that can be done today or tomorrow. Okay, I'll say that again. Homework can be done today or tomorrow, but this in class needs to be done right now. So click on it with me and we'll even do a couple together. Make sure you're on the right track. I'll share my screen, but I want you to be on yours so that you can fill it in as we go. Okay, so it says a quiz. It's not really. It says practica. It's practice. I want you to use your notes. So here's what it looks like. All right. So you got 10, fill in the following usted commands, and then you got 5, fill in the following ustedes commands. I did not do negative because I'm assuming that you just know you added it. All right, so let's look at these together. Let me take a volunteer. And the biggest thing, just like on that last quiz you took, just be careful because there's irregulars mixed in, right? Ears irregular, saber's irregular, stairs irregular. You got some stem changes. You got a gar verb. Did I do a car verb? Probably. Maybe down here, there's a car verb. So I did stick in some irregulars, so be careful of those, all right? Let's do Kantar together. If I want, no, this is you telling me, sing, Miss Silverly, which you actually don't want to do. But what would that be? Who's got it? I heard somebody mumble it. Juano, you got it? No. Oh, it's Gracie. Go ahead, Gracie. Cante. All right, let's look at it. So yo form, look, let's do it together. Yo form would give me canto. Drop the O. It's an AR verb, so the opposite ending would give me what? E. Cante. Everybody see how I got that? Yes? 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 Online friends? Yes? All right, well, let's jump down here and do one down here. All right, if I want to tell you guys, dance. Everybody dance. Get up and dance. Who's got that one for me? Somebody online got it? How about Jameson or Ava?
Is it bebar?
Say it again.
Bebar.
Okay, I want you to go down to question 2. We're doing, do you see where I am here? I want you to do Bylar for me. Want to try that one?
Is it by Lynn?
Yes, it sure is. Right? So here's, oh, you don't need capitals. So there's my yo form, by low. Drop the L, opposite ending. Now, because it's an ustedes command, I need to add N, by Len. Fill those in with me if you want. That gives you 2 of them. Okay, so I have given you 2 attempts here. If you don't get, I don't know, at least a 12, 13, 14, 15 the first time, I would like you to try it again. All right, use your notes, get these right. Okay, like I said, this I want to be done right now in class. So you can be working on it as I'm talking. There is a guided grammar activity for homework that you can check out if you finish this up before class is over. And otherwise, just working on Quizlet, looking at Skyward, filling in anything that's missing. And last reminder, after school today, if you want to retake that test, show up on my Zoom about 2:45. Okay, Zoom friends, if you don't have questions, I'm happy to let you go work on stuff. Zoom friends, any questions for me? Okay, so finish this right now. Guided grammar for homework. Come after school if you need to redo your quiz. All right, otherwise, hasta mañana.
Wait, where's the guy? Wait, you said guided grammar?